10 things that you should definitely consider before moving to Canada. Ellarigu namaskara. I hope you all are doing good. Welcome back to The Little Things. And before we get started with the video, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and also click on that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of our weekly video updates. Now, since the cost of living is so high, having a job becomes a mandate here. You cannot be like, "Arey, chalta hai" kind of attitude will not work. You need to work hard to earn your dollars. Finding your first job in Canada is both crucial as well as difficult to do, because when we were in India and watching all these videos about the job market here and the opportunities, people used to just say that even if you are in a very high level position, you need to be ready to take up a step down and take whatever role that comes your way. And we were fine with it. We hardly had a couple of years of experience, so we were like fine with it. But once we came here, what we found out was people were expecting too many years of experience, like at least 3 to 5 years of experience. So if you're someone who has that kind of experience, that it will definitely help. But for people who have hardly 1 or 2 years of experience, it is another level of struggle that you're gonna go through.
That's a different challenge altogether.
Yeah.
And one other thing that we did is as she already mentioned, that we used to watch a lot of videos wherein they used to say like be prepared to take up any job that comes your way. So my plan was I would go for a survival job in the initial months, and where she could focus on getting a job in her own field. So that kind of worked out for us, even though we were getting paid very less. That worked out. It was covering up rent and expenses for the month-to-month basis. As I told you, with the basic pay, it's gonna be tough to survive.
You can survive, but you're definitely not gonna make much of savings out of it. So it's literally like living paycheck to paycheck. That's how your life gonna be initially if you get any survival job. Also, one important thing that I want to say here is I've seen so many people who are highly educated or have a lot of experience, and to start with their first job they take up a survival job, and somewhere they get stuck with that same job. They somewhere stop hustling and trying to find job in their own domain. So that's something that you should not be doing. You need to be hustling and trying to find interviews, looking for jobs that are coming up in your own domain. And that's only when you can really get back to your own profile and also grow well. Or else if you get stuck with a survival job, that's a place where you don't want to be, especially if you want to make a lot of savings or have a better financial freedom or things like that. Then it's gonna take some time and you need to be prepared for that. One of the biggest challenge of finding a job in your own domain is, no matter how much experience or what level of education you have, people here give more importance to Canadian education as well as Canadian experience. So even if you are a manager back then, when you give interviews here, they'll be like, but do you have experience of working in Canada and how to do things here? So that's something that you need to be ready about. And there are also certain professions for which you need to have licensing or certifications that you need to do. And also people here really respect those people who constantly try to upgrade themselves by constantly studying or taking up some certifications. They really respect that, which I have realized through my interviews. Whenever I used to tell them that maybe I'm doing a course or something, they would be really happy about that, and they encourage that kind of attitude. So you need to be ready to do that as well. Our seventh point is about the transport in Canada. Now you might have heard about people saying that car is a necessity in Canada rather than being a luxury. And you might feel like, why so? Can't you just live without a car? Is it so important? I'll give you an example why people say that car is so important here. Now, for example, my previous job, it was in Etobicoke. So if I have to travel from Scarborough to Etobicoke, it would almost take me 2 hours of bus ride, alright? But on the other hand, if I have my own car and if I could drive to my office, it would hardly take 20 to 30 minutes. So can you see the difference between having your own transport and relying on public transport. That's the kind of difference that it makes, and that's one of the important reasons why most of the people here tend to have their own car.
And also, like, if you're geographically challenged like me, I've like couple of time lost because they have like multiple transportation. Like, you have a bus, then you have a subway, and then you have another bus. Like, if I have to move from one place to another, just to say like the previous job, I have to like catch 3 different transportation things. So if I miss somewhere in
Yeah.
between, so I'll be like lost. And yeah, so that's definitely like, having a car definitely helps.
And also, when let's introduce our next point also, which is about general shopping or how shops are located here in Canada. It's not like back at home where you can just step out of your home and in your same gully you will find some kutti shop from where you can do your groceries, saying bhaiya ye de do wo de do, and your mom keeps sending you buy dhania patti or that. That will not happen here because most of the shops, they are like localized in places like plazas or malls or certain like community centers, things like that.
So the main difference here is they have like huge retailers rather than having small shops. They have huge retailers like back in India we have Big Bazaar, Metro. So same way we have like different shops here.
No frills,
No,
food basics.
food basics.
things,
So people here basically they keep out a certain time of their weekend to do grocery shoppings. Yeah, that's how it is.
it's not like every day you step out and buy your
Buy.
groceries. So you make a plan and reserve some time in your weekend and buy all the groceries for almost 1 or 2 weeks. Now because of COVID, the time frame, it's almost like 15 to 20 days once we
Yeah.
do our grocery shopping. And so how this connects with the previous point is like, imagine if the shop is not nearby to your home, you will have to either walk or you will have to rely on transport. And with so much of groceries, and if it's snowing, so you can think how things will cascade one after the other. So it's all like interlinked with one another, and you need to be really prepared for this.
And one other example that I would like to provide here is when we came here, we had to take few printouts because we did bring resume from India, but that was like we had to like change and do certain
Yeah,
changes.
that is another
Another-
video topic altogether about Canadian resume and cover letter. But yeah,
So back in my home country, if I have to take a printout, I used to step out. There will be like 3 different stores having the same things. I used to do price match and then go. But here it's not like that. We need to like see where the shop is, go there, go get it. So shopping and transportation, it's kind of interlinked. So having a car is important, and also the shops are not as
Accessible.
saturated. Yeah.
saturated.
So our next point would be tax. That's again like
Something that we discussed in our previous video as well, but it's really important to know about the tax structure here in Canada. So yeah,
it's very crucial because the tax deduction, if your pay that depends on your pay. Like now, as your pay increases, as your annual package increases, the deduction would increase. And this is something like even people coming from US would complain about. And yeah, that's a long story. And again, to give you an example, so I work on quarterly basis. In my previous job, I used to work on quarterly basis where we get our quarterly bonus. So I was expecting a certain amount, and when I
give them the figures, it was almost like for the hard work of 3 months of reaching his targets, they were about to pay him somewhere around $3,000. Okay, so he was like all excited, thinking I'll get my paycheck now. And the day when paycheck came, it was like how much?
almost like 50% deducted. So that was like a huge blow to me. Like I never expected like 50%. I did expect certain amount, but 50% was huge because just imagine like you expecting a certain amount and you're getting only half of it.
Yeah.
I could say it's even lesser than that.
So for the first 2 days, he was like, they took my money, they took my money, and he was like really sad. But somewhere he knew that this was gonna come, but still, when it happens initially, or there are people who are here for like more than 5-10 years, still they complain that they
You
deduct
get used
a
to
lot
it. That's
of
it.
yeah. Either you get used to it or you keep cribbing. You have only two ways. But the reality is the taxes are high and you need to be prepared for that. The last but very important thing that we wanted to talk about is food, and we kept it towards the last
Because it's very close to our heart.
yeah, and we might end up talking a lot about it. So yeah, now if you're someone who's lived with your family and you have your parents who cook amazing delicious food to you, that's something that you're gonna miss after coming here, especially if you're someone who don't know how to cook like us. We didn't know much of cooking before coming to Canada, and it was a task in itself. Like, I'm someone who used to literally hate doing cooking or household chores. It's something that I never wanted to do even before getting married to him. The only thing that I told him was like, I don't like doing all these things, better not make me do such stuff. But there's something called adulting. So we came here and we have to take care of ourselves, right? So I learned cooking from hating to cook to now starting to love cooking. It's been quite a journey, but yeah, what I'm trying to say is, if you don't know how to cook, I would say, if you have some favorite dishes that your mom or dad prepares, then go and learn it, because once you come here, you're not gonna find it anywhere else. And you might say that there's tiffin service or you can order food from outside. How many days are you gonna do that? First of all, it is expensive, might not be healthy, and
It wouldn't be that level, like
yeah,
the same level of taste.
ghar
Yeah,
ka khana, that taste, you will not get it anywhere
mom's
else.
food. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's something that you're gonna miss.
Yeah, so you need to be prepared for that as well. And even if you're a foodie who loves, eating outside, and you have some specific favorite places of yours, this ice cream parlor or this pizza place, once you come here, the same thing will not be here. So you will definitely miss all your favorite food joints.
Not only favorite food joints, even the snacks or the tea. Like, we have this phrase called adda in Bangalore, wherein we as guys gather, like we have a tea or a snack. So that's something you're gonna miss, the food. So be prepared, or do consider.
Yeah. One thing that I would definitely tell to those people who have made up their minds to come to Canada is, when you're in your home country, try to savor every bit of it. Go to your favorite places, have your favorite food, and eat a lot of your home cooked food, because you'll really miss it once you come here. Like, just a couple of days back, I got this uh, previous post notification. Like, you get those memories, right? So it was from a place where we had been to when we were in India. It was our favorite juice place, where you get amazing mango juice and butterfruit juice. So I had posted a pic. So it was during our anniversary, and we had decided, before going to Canada, we'll go to all our favorite places and eat and drink whatever we want. So it was kind of nostalgic, and it's something that we really miss here. And also, there are various Facebook groups here wherein I constantly see posts, okay? And I think mostly Delhi people, they miss their food like anything. Every other day you will see post saying, "अरे दिल्ली के momos कहाँ पे मिलेंगे? Soya chap, that, this." They
We can
keep
relate to it,
posting.
actually.
Yeah, like I can relate, empathize, sympathize. Everything happens. So it's literally like they're on a mission of
Finding that place.
yeah, दिल्ली का खाना यहाँ पे हम ढूंढ के रहेंगे. It's like that. So I hope they find their places and share it with us
Yeah.
too, so that we can also taste. So it's not like you'll not find food here. As I said in our previous video, you will definitely find food, but the same taste, same quality, maybe not that.
There are a lot of factors, right? Like the place, the people you're with. So yeah, there are
It's
a lot
the
of
company, and
again, this is again touching up on all the points that we already mentioned.
it's like all connected. So it's literally like a transition from the place you are to a new place and starting everything from scratch. And you need to be ready for all the changes. And it's not like these are things that you cannot do. Of course you can do. It's all about your mindset, your attitude.
So all that we're trying to say is, it's gonna be tough, the transition in itself, but again, you can make it, or you can just look at the positive side and have a positive outlook, and all that matters is like, how you look at it, and things would fall in place. So just like the movie Three Idiots, like, where Amir Khan says like, all is well, all is well. Just do that, and things will fall in place for sure. That's it.
Yeah. So in today's video, we have tried to share all our personal experience with you and try to tell you how things are going to be once you come here, and we hope that it will help you guys out in maybe making that decision, or help you when you actually come out here in having a positive outlook towards all the things.
And if you have any specific questions like how things are gonna be, you can surely mention that in the comments so that we can respond to it or make another video.
Yeah. And if you think that it was of some value to you, then please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and also like and share the video. That's how it's going to reach more and more people and will help the channel to grow, as well as people will benefit out of it, right? So it's like a win-win situation. And I guess that's it for the day, guys, and I hope to see you all soon in my next video. I wish for all of us to be blessed with abundant love, peace and happiness. Take care, and do remember, life's all about the little things. And before we wrap up, we are shooting this video in the same place where we shot our previous video, and I showed you all those yellow flowers, right? Just have a look at this. It's like filled with dandelions this time. It's all white now. So welcome to Canada. Bye.